Hey y'all, Tracy here with Keeper of the Home at 4D Farms. Welcome to today's video. And you saw the title, okay? And why I didn't do this video when I first started my canning series, my canning videos, showing y'all how I can and preserve food or how we freeze food, any of that. However, what I'm going to mention in this video today, I have mentioned and touched upon some subjects and ideas in one of my videos on my canning and preserving playlist. And it was the very first video I did called Ways to Preserve Your Food. And I touched on some of these things. I touched on canning, but I didn't go into depth. So that's what today's video is going to be all about. And also included in this video is going to be clips of things that I use, like my pressure canner, my water bath canner, backup water bath pot that I may use for small batches, books that I use, canning equipment, jars, different kinds of jars. You'll see, okay? And I'll explain it, okay? Different kinds of jars, and just in general, how I do things that has worked for me, okay? I'm going to make a lot of disclaimers first, starting off. I don't have any notes. I'm doing this off the top of my head because I'll tell you why. Y'all would not believe the things that pops into my head in the middle of the night when I'm trying to just get a peaceful night's sleep. And then all of a sudden, hey, you remember that? You can tell them about this. Why don't you say this? Did you do that right? Did you turn off the lights? Did you do... Okay, I'm trying to get a good night's sleep, and my mind just creeps in, okay? And then last night, I was like, these things started coming to my mind, ideas and things, and I'm like, okay, I'll get it in the morning. Okay, this is one of those kind of nights, y'all. And I didn't write everything down. I don't have a list. I'm just fixing to try to do everything off the top of my head, okay? So y'all bear with me. And occasionally I may have to wet my whistle because you might want to grab you a cup of coffee or some iced tea or something, or a latte or some warm tea, whatever, a snack, because I'm fixing to prop my feet up. We fixing to have a little chit chat. Because a lot of disclaimer number one, there are a lot of people that are just now finding out, hey, these groceries are expensive. I think I can grow my own food. I just need to know what to do with it after I get it grown. If I got so much coming in, how do I put it up? How do I preserve it? Okay? Y'all, there's a lot of different aged people coming on to the scene of growing their garden, preserving their food. They're just now coming on the scene. We've got young people that's like, these groceries are expensive. How can we afford a house payment, car payment, 2 kids, and all of our bills? They're beginning to see the light, okay? And then there's people, y'all, that maybe like their parents did this stuff when they were growing up, but they weren't interested in it. They didn't want to have no part of it. Or they grew up doing it, but as they got older, they have forgotten or have not been able to do it. And they're just like, you know what? I'm going to get back into it. I saw Mama and Daddy do it in the Depression days. I'm going to do it. older people that have never done it before that's now on a fixed income because they're the baby boomers, they're retiring or disabilities, and they're like, I can go buy it and do something with it. They're on a fixed income. People of all ages, all ethnic backgrounds, all over the world are coming on the scene now and wanting to know how to do these things. Number 2, we've got you covered. Number 2, have y'all been in some Facebook groups where there's some negative Nancys and Karens? Y'all, if your name is Karen or Nancy, I'm so sorry. Why they decided to start picking on y'all, I don't know. But don't take it personally. You know that saying, there's always that one. Well, if you're in a Facebook group or you're on any kind of social media platform where the public can see it and you're open to anybody and everybody that can see it and comment, there's always going to be that one person. I'm in several different canning groups and preserving groups, fermenting groups. I'm in 2 different canning groups because I'm in a water bath canning group and I'm in a pressure canning group because I do both. Okay? I water bath some things. I pressure can some things. I'll test some things that normally gets water bathed in my pressure canner, and I will test some things that normally gets pressure canned in my water bath canner. We'll get to that in a second. So, if you're on a social media platform where the public can just come in, beware. There's going to always be that one or that 1,000. You're going to be so excited about something. You're going to share it. You're going to be so proud of yourself. I did this. Look what I did. I was so scared, but I tried it. It worked out great. It turned out fine. They sealed. And I'm so proud of myself. This is going to work for me and my family. And then here comes that negative Nancy or that Karen or that one that's just going to put your fire out and rain on your parade with a comment like, you can't do that. According to the Canning Police Ball Blue Book standards, Home Preservation Association standards, you can't do that. You're supposed to do it this way. You can't water bath that. It's supposed to be pressure can. You can't pressure can this. It's supposed to be water bath. Girl, please. This is what this video is about. I want to debunk some things and keep you from absolutely getting your feelings hurt on social media. And take some of your fears away because you've heard people say these things. Excuse me, y'all. I need to wet my whistle. There we go. Okay. They're going to tell y'all some things. Y'all, they are going to let you know their opinions. They're going to force their opinions on you and their thoughts. And they're just going to absolutely tell you, you can't do it this way. This is the reason for this video. I want to debunk some things because you will get your feelings hurt. Okay? No matter what way you try, if you try something because you're like, you know what, I just want to see. Or I did this, I'm so proud of myself, I finally did it. I just want to share it with somebody. I hope you're a strong person. Do not take what people say personally. Be nice. Don't lash out and fight back. Okay? Stand your ground. Okay? You newbies that's wanting to get into canning and preserving your food. This video is mostly about canning. If you want to see some different ways we preserve foods, check out my canning and preserving playlist. But this is a video I should have done a long time ago to warn people. But I didn't know how bad it was going to be, y'all, until I got involved with it. And a couple of years down the road, I'm beginning to see all the controversy and the arguing and bickering and fighting on these Facebook groups and on, oh my gosh, stop. You're scaring the heck out of people that's wanting to get started doing this. It's okay. It's one thing to have your opinion, but to force it on other people? Stop. Just stop. You need to be tough, okay? You need to be strong and stand your ground. And just say, you know what? This is how I've tried it. This is how I did it. It turned out great. My family loves it because you're putting your family first above everybody else's opinions. Okay? Stand your ground. Disclaimer number 5. I don't even know where I got to. Okay? If you are convicted that you need to do it by the book, by the standards, the ball books, book directions, the Home Preservation Association's standards, the Canning Police standards. If you feel comfortable and convicted to do it that way, do it. Okay? But for people who want to try things and are not afraid to step outside the box, or think outside the box, get out of their comfort zone, go ahead with your route. Okay? I just wanted to make those disclaimers because, y'all, I'm seeing it a lot. And just know that a lot of my videos that I put up, that are up, that you have seen, or that now have spiked your interest and you're like, what's this girl talking about? I'm going to go check out her videos. Y'all go ahead. Just know, this is the way I do it. Some ways I learned from my mother-in-law, my grandmother growing up. Memories are kind of creeping back up as to how she did some things, research that I've done, or just, you know what? I just wanted to try. I just wanted to do it that way. Okay? Okay. Just know, that's me. That's my convictions. Then there are some things that I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do it by these directions right here in my book. Okay. Now let's get into the basics. This video, I'm showing y'all things that I use. I tell you some basics about how a pressure canner works, how a water bather works. Okay? Pressure canners, I don't even know how to explain it. When you pressure can something, pressure canning means that the contents inside that canner, inside those jars, the contents inside the jars, then the jars inside the canner has come to a certain high temperature to kill off any bacteria that can cause botulism. Okay? And it's cooked under pressure. Okay? And the contents inside the jars will come to a certain temperature. Okay? To make sure all danger of botulism is cooked out. Bacteria, okay? Bacteria that can cause botulism. And when it is under pressure, you need to make sure you know how your pressure canner works. Make sure that lid is locked on there tight, Lucille. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, okay? Sit down, read your manual, test it first. Don't test it on a big batch of something you just spent all day preparing and getting it in that canner. Do a test run. I don't care if you have to do water in jars. Do a test run on something. Play with it first. Get to know it, okay? Date it. Romance it, okay? Get to know it, okay? And then know what it means. I've always talked in my videos about my pressure canner sweet spot because I've got a pressure canner now that's getting of age. She's getting old, okay? And I've had to learn where her sweet spot is now because it's changed over the years. Because I've ran the dog soup out of her. I've used her like an old milk cow, okay? And she's getting old. And I think I'm fixing to have to retire her because now on my gauge, my pressure canner is having to come up to a really higher pounds per pressure before it starts bobbling. And it's beginning to worry me. So I'm probably going to have to retire that pressure canner and get me another one. I've already kind of mentioned it to dear hubby. Okay, and he has seen it too, and I'm like, for our altitude, that, but that's her sweet spot now, but now I'm getting kind of worried about it, okay? So I may be fixing to have to retire her. So know how it works. Know where your sweet spot is on your pressure canner, okay? I over the years, I've learned the sound. I can tell you exactly by the sound of when it's fixing to start bobbling. I can tell you. I've just got it down. I can be busy or something, and I will listen to mine, and I'm like, hey, sweetheart, in about 10 seconds, can you put the bobbler on there? Y'all, it's like clockwork because I've learned it these years. We have a relationship. We have a bond, okay? Water bath canner. I have a couple of stock pots that I will use for small batches, like maybe 2 or 3 jars, y'all. As long as I get the jar, I find a jar rack to go down inside there that gives me a little bit of space at the bottom to where the jars are not sitting directly on the stove burner. They're lifted up a little bit to let some air circulate, and the jars don't get so incredibly hot that they bust, okay? You can use a stock pot. And in the portion of this video where I show you some of my things, I want y'all to know that when it comes time for you to start purchasing your equipment, you don't have to go buy all this expensive equipment. That's why I share with y'all some things that I use, where I got them from, okay? And in in a lot of my videos, in the description boxes, I'll leave you links where you can find those things, okay? And I've got one of the old-timey water bathers because it was one of my other grandmothers. So I inherited that. Okay, a lot of my canning equipment, y'all, is inherited, okay, was given to me, and I was very blessed. But if you're in the market and you're like, okay, I want to start doing this, but I don't know where to find all this stuff. Amazon, Walmart, anywhere that carries canning supplies, Amazon, thrift stores, okay, things like that, yard sales, okay, marketplaces, Facebook Marketplace, different things. Just know that you don't have to spend an arm and a leg or go take out a bank loan to buy all this canning equipment. But I am going to give you a little secret. When it gets time to start purchasing canning equipment, y'all do it in the off season. Start in the fall and winter finding a lot of your canning supplies, because 99% of your canning supplies are going to be put out in early spring, and through the whole summer you'll find canning supplies out, but you're going to pay a price. On the off season, when hardly nobody's canning or preserving their garden, it's cheaper to buy them in the off season. So that's the reason why I'm putting up this video now. You may not be gardening right now, and it may not even be garden season when this video comes out, but on the off season is the best time for you to find your equipment, okay? Just start picking up a little at a time. I mean, how many, depends on when this video goes out. Let's say you got 6 months to plan, okay? And then you've got your growing season. Y'all, pick up a little bit at a time. Pick up a book here and there. Pick up a pot here and there. Pick up some supplies here and there. Pick up a case of jars here and there. Some lids and bands here and there. You don't have to do it all at one time. Just start getting a little at a time. Finding a place to store it all. Okay? Water bath canning is basically comes to a rolling boil. And the highest is like 3 hours for something to boil. The difference, and it comes to the rolling boil temperature is what, 212? For my altitude, I think it's 212, 220, something like that. It has to come to that temperature in your altitude to ward off botulism. And it has to be rolling boiled for so many hours according to your altitude, okay? To ward off botulism and to seal the jars, okay? That's just the difference. One just takes longer than the other. One is processed at a higher temperature than the other. Some people are more scared of this one than they are this one. Some people are very terrified of pressure canners, but not water bath canners. Which brings me to my next point. Y'all, there's always that one that's gonna just demand and tell y'all, you cannot water bath that. It has to be pressure canned because it's a lower acidic food. You can't water bath that because it has to be pressure canned because it's I'm confusing myself. Water bath foods are foods that are higher acidic foods. Please, let me back up and concentrate because I don't want to confuse y'all. Higher acidic foods like fruits, jams, jellies, fruits, apple pie filling, peaches, pears, stuff like that. Tomatoes normally gets water bathed because they are high acidic foods. Lower acidic foods like meats, beans, gets pressure canned normally. Y'all, there are some high acidic foods you can pressure can. There are some low acidic foods that you can water bath, okay? This is where all the controversy is going to come in at. People are going to argue with you that you can't do that. That needs to be water bath. That needs to be pressure canned. Okay? Let me tell y'all something. Before the canning police, the Home Canning Preservation Association, Ball Blue Book, and all these people, all these organizations and books came on the scene. I know great-grandparents and grandparents who survived the Depression getting outside over an open fire with a wash tub, putting jars of green beans, dried beans, meats in a water bath. Okay? It can be done, y'all. Pick your method. Just know that whatever you do, water bathing, certain foods are going to be done for less time, but still rolling bath, rolling boil for the temperature of your altitude. Lower acidic foods are going to require more time rolling boil at the temperature for your altitude. You might need to look it up, okay? And y'all, if you try to go to the Bald Blue Book or even research online, how long do I process or water bath meat for? You may not find it because it hasn't been tested or it's not recommended. Y'all, just because it says it's not recommended doesn't mean it's a law. You can't do it. And just because it says it hasn't been tested doesn't mean that there's not some rebel canner out there that hasn't tested it already and it turned out fine. Y'all, our grandparents and our great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents, y'all that survived the Depression, knew some things. They knew and they tested some things. And y'all, have you noticed over the years, the more that they claim this is the safe way to preserve your food or to do your food, the more people are getting sick? Did I say that? I said that. Have y'all noticed? The more they say you can't do it this way, this is the recommended way, it don't need to be done this way safer, according to USDA regulations. Have y'all noticed that people are getting sicker and the more diseases that we've had since the Depression era days? I don't think that's a coincidence, y'all. Do y'all? I don't think it's a coincidence. I don't think it's a coincidence a bit that they're trying to tell us and steer us this direction. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay? So, my point being, y'all, if you are just now getting interested, you're wanting to learn how to do these things, just know you're going to be tried to be pushed in this direction by people with their opinions and all these and their convictions and their standards, and all these organizations. They're going to try to push you into this direction. But if you decide, you know what, I just saw in this group where she canned this, and it works, I just want to try it. Y'all, go for it. Go for it. But by all means, if you are convicted and you want to go by the standards and the organizations and the directions in the book, don't be afraid to do it that way either. Okay? I want to make newcomers, newbies to canning, as comfortable as possible. Okay? Excuse me, y'all. Don't be afraid to step outside the box, get out of your comfort zone and try something. If it doesn't work or you don't like it, at least you know you're not going to feel bad for trying. You know, okay, and you'll know, okay, I really didn't like it that way. Let me try it this way next time. Just a small batch, okay? If, you know, and then by all means, if you want to do it according to standards, do it that way, okay? I want to make newcomers as comfortable as possible. If you watch any of my canning videos, just know this is the way I do it. I'm not going to force that way on you. I'm just showing you how I do it. You can tweak it. You can get some tips from it, or you can try it like that, okay? I would never force it on you. That's the way I do it, and it's comfortable for me. It's quicker for me. My family enjoys the way I do it. We love the way it tastes. I'm going to stick with my method. Thank you very much, Nancy and Karen. Don't be afraid to step outside the box, get out of your comfort zone and try something. If you decide, you know what, I just want to try it. Y'all, go for it. Go for it. But by all means, if you want to go by the standards and the organizations and the directions in the book, don't be afraid to try it. Okay? Thank you very much. Okay? And y'all, I've seen some men arguing in this group. There's men canners out there too. And I've seen a lot of men argue in this group along with the women. And I'm like, guys, come on. Come on. Okay. Just know there may be one method that is better for you than another one. Reason being, one for time. Y'all, I pressure can a lot of stuff because it's quicker, bam, boom, boom. Okay? And I got 2 canners on the ready, okay? I'm processing one. I'm getting the next one ready to go on that eye when I move this one off, okay? I have a 3rd pressure canner that I've been gifted, inherited, that I haven't tested yet. So when I test it, work with it, and maybe retire my other one, I can still have a rotating cycle. Pressure canning goes quicker for me. But things that I do water bath, I only have 1 water bath canner. Oh, but let me tell y'all this. There's more. Let me tell y'all this. You can use the pot of your pressure canner as a water bath canner. Okay? Just let it come to a rolling boil and just don't tighten your lid on. Okay? Maybe just set it lopsided or cockawided is what I call it. Crooked on the pot. Okay? You can, let's say you've got a seal that's broken. This is the reason why you need to learn how to do 2 methods. You need to learn how to pressure can and water bath, because y'all, if something was to ever happen to my pressure canner, God forbid the lid ever blowed up on it, blowed off of it. That's never happened yet. I pray to God it doesn't. I would be terrified. Some people's pressure canners has exploded, y'all. I'm not kidding. Okay, and the lid just, yeah, I've seen pictures. Okay, let's say I've got a seal on one that's rotted or it's broke, something like that, and I'm fixing to pressure can something, and I'm like, crap it, I gotta get these processed. I don't have time to wait for a seal to come in the mail. Have a plan B. Have a water bath ready. Okay, just know that the processing time in a pressure canner is a whole lot quicker, less minutes, 90 minutes at the most, okay, than water bathing. 3 hours at the most on a water bath, okay? Just know that's going to be your difference. Now, to keep a rolling boil in a water bath, you need to make sure, let's say you're processing something and you're 2 hours into it. And of course, a rolling boil, that water is going to evaporate. You're going to see your water level getting lower. All you got to do to keep that constant rolling boil and constant temperature going is heat up a pan or a pot or a kettle of water on another burner to have on the ready to pour over in there. Hot water and hot water. It'll keep the temperature from dropping just a little. If you're not for sure what the temperature is, even if you see it boiling, but you're like, I don't even know what the temperature is. Get one of those big thermometers, that like a deep fryer thermometer that clips onto the edge of a deep fryer basket, or a candy thermometer, something that can clip onto the pot, and the post of it goes down in there to where you can test the temperature. And a digital thermometer, not a digital, what's it called, y'all? Help me out. Okay, a thermometer anyway, to where you can clip on in the water to the side of the pot, and it can tell you your constant temperature. Okay, and don't add cold water to your pot, because that's going to make your temperature fluctuate. Okay, heat up some water to have on the ready to pour over in there when your water starts decreasing. That is it, y'all. I wanted to debunk some theories, some arguments, some convictions, make you comfortable with getting outside your comfort zone and experimenting and trying some things. Y'all, I'm in a rebel canning group where they're canning milk, they're canning macaroni and cheese, and I'm like, hey, I want to try that. Y'all, Come on, there's nothing wrong with experimenting. You newbies, don't let the seasoned so-called canning experts or canning police put your fire out or rain on your parade. Okay? If you're excited and you want to try something and you want to get started, by all means do it. Get out of your comfort zone. Okay? Stay strong. Don't let them bring you down. Don't let them get the best of you. Y'all, how do you know that you can do something unless you try? I tell y'all this about learning how to cook something new. How do you know that you can do it unless you just try? Okay? Just try. Just experiment. If it doesn't work, okay. Just kind of make sure you follow some of the rules. Make sure your pounds to pressure is correct, and make sure the temperature of your rolling water bath boil is correct. Okay? If you want a water bath, a low acidic food, that's fine. If you want a pressure can, a high acidic food, that's fine. Okay? Don't let them tell you otherwise. Don't let them kick you in your excitement, okay? And knock you down, okay? You newbies, I want you to feel comfortable with getting started, okay? And learning. But I did want to warn you, okay? You will get your feelings hurt in a heartbeat if you just try to share all this. Just be prepared for the feedback. And a lot of times it can be negative feedback. Stand your ground, stay strong, and state your point. This is how I want to do it. This is how my family likes it, and this is how I'm going to continue to do it. Okay? Our ancestors, y'all, figured this stuff out before all these organizations came along. And y'all, back then, there wasn't all the diseases we have today. There wasn't all the sicknesses going around that we have today. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay? I wanted to debunk a bunch of things. I wanted to make you comfortable. Y'all just finish watching the rest of the video where I share what I have, where I found them, the books that I have. I got them off of Amazon, y'all. I will try to find the links to all these things. I will try to link them below, y'all, where you can find some. And y'all start getting them in the off season. Okay. Get them in the off season, because it's cheaper that way. If you wait till it's all in season and everybody's doing it and these things are flying off the shelf and you can't find them, you're in the wrong season. You're trying to buy it in the wrong season, okay? Y'all, just finish watching the rest of the video. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you get comfortable, because that's how I want to make you. I want to encourage everybody to start preserving their food, growing their garden. Y'all, there's some things I can't grow. For the life of me, I cannot grow carrots. I don't know why. I've tried raised beds. I've tried containers. I've tried my soil. I've tried this. I've tried that. I don't have luck with carrots. I go buy carrots. I can grow potatoes, sweet potatoes and regular potatoes. Yes, I can. But sometimes I get disappointed in the yield. Sorry, y'all. I get disappointed in the yield after going through all this labor, okay, and buying the seeds, okay. When our local grocery store runs them on sale 20-pound bags for $2.99 or $3.99, if you don't think I'm not going to go stock up and buy them bags on sale, you're wrong. Okay? Same way with sweet potatoes. Okay? Do your math. Okay? If it benefits you to grow it and then can it, okay. If it benefits you to go buy it when it's on sale and it comes out cheaper and then can it, go buy it. Okay? What else do I buy? Pinto beans. You know, pinto beans. I love buying kidney beans and pinto beans and bringing them home and canning them, and everybody's like, they're already dried. Why do you want to spend all that time canning them? Well, because even though people are like, all you got to do is soak them overnight and then cook them, and then, you got to start the night before anyway, okay? So I do a bunch at one time, y'all, so that way on a whim, when I'm putting a meal together, I can go get that jar of pinto beans out, and it's already ready. All I got to do is heat them up, okay? That's all I got to do. I just take a day to can some pinto beans. And it's no big deal, y'all. It's no problem. Okay? I just like doing it. So if it benefits you to grow it and then can it, by all means, grow it and can it. If it benefits you to go buy it when it's on sale and stock up and then bring it home and have a canning day, go do that. I just wanted to let you know it's okay to try new things. It's okay to go outside the realm a little bit, okay? And try something different. You don't have to do it this way just because it's simply not recommended or it hasn't been tested, okay? Be that one. Hey, I tested it. I tested it. I just wanted to make this more comfortable for y'all. Enjoy the rest of the video, and I hope you find something that you like. Start getting prepared for your next canning season, next growing season. If you want to know how to grow something, y'all check out my garden playlist. I have 2 different years of garden seasons. Okay, I've got 2023 gardening season, and I have 2019, 18, I think. I don't know what year it was, y'all. Anyway, I have 2 different years of garden seasons, to where that way, because this year we grew something that we didn't grow at this time. This time we grew something we didn't grow in this season. So I got 2 different growing seasons where we had some different things. Some things we tried new, okay? Go check out that video, okay? That playlist. I even teach you, I start in January. What is that video? I'll pull it up for you right quick here. I got my computer right here, y'all. Let me pull up my playlist, and I'll tell you the very first video that I did. I want to show y'all something. I tell you what, I'll do something while I'm right here. Let me turn y'all around. Okay. When y'all pull up my channel, this is my homepage. Okay. When I tell y'all to look at a playlist, right there, playlists. All my playlist that I have comes up. Let me find my canning playlist. Canning and preserving playlist. Where's my garden video playlist? Let's look at that. Now, the planning your garden is the very first one I ever did. This one, I take y'all from like starting in January, starting to plan your garden. Okay? Then I take you to how to plant, start, and prepare a garden. Then I take you through videos of me planting each thing I planted that year. Okay? Now let's go back. Okay? If you're watching one of my videos, if you're new to YouTube, let's go to this video right here. I'm going to hit pause. Okay, if you're watching my video and I say, check out this video or check out my playlist, sometimes at the end of the video, it will show up over here in a little corner on the sides. But if you're not for sure how to do that and somebody tells you, go check out my channel or go check out my videos, y'all see that little circle right here? Click on that. And there it takes you to that person's homepage. Then see all these subtitles? Videos. You can find everybody's videos. Or if they have their videos in a playlist where it makes it easier for you to find their videos, like they categorize their videos, because y'all, that's what I like to do. I've got like a homeschooling playlist. That playlist is nothing about my homeschool videos, my husband's videos, processing different meats, meal planning, my hotel cooking, cooking recipes where I'm cooking with nothing but an Instapot, air fryer, or the microwave. Make ahead breakfast, canning and preserving playlist. Okay, just different things like that. All right. I like to categorize my videos. I'm sorry for the shaking. I'm setting y'all back down. Have a seat. She scared me. She scared me. Okay. Where was I? Before I got the bejeebies scared out of me. I categorize my videos into playlists to where that way, if there is a certain niche or a certain video you're looking for, it'll be in that category. Like if you're looking like, she did a video on canning something, but I don't want to scroll through all of her videos. I just want to find it. Look in my canning and preserving, okay? And then just go down through there, okay? I like to categorize mine, okay? What is something else that you may not know how to do? Oh, when you click on videos and their whole list of videos shows up, y'all, there's a little tab up there. When you go to the videos, there's like, let me turn y'all around again. I'm just going to show y'all something about YouTube. Okay. See those right there? Latest, popular, and oldest. Y'all can customize how their videos shows up. Ta-da! There's my oldest video. My oldest video. When I first started my channel. Popular, my most popular video. Oh, y'all, that video, y'all. My canned biscuit video, y'all, just blew me out of the water. Oh my goodness, look at that one. That one's done pretty good. Oh, y'all. Okay. See, I'm learning something about my own channel. Okay, latest. Y'all can search somebody's videos that way, okay? And categorize their videos that way. Like if you know it's one I just put up, go click on latest. Or if it's one that's older, click on the older category. If you want to know I want to know what my most popular one is. I'm going to go back and check that out. Y'all, I'm still learning some things about YouTube. Anyway, I said I just educated y'all on something else. Okay, anyway, I have them on a playlist. Check out my garden playlist where y'all, sometimes I start planting my garden in January for a bunch of reasons. You know why? I don't like cold weather. I get bored in cold weather. It's gloomy. You can't get outside and do anything. You're stuck inside. You're climbing the walls. January, was sitting by my fireplace and with a cozy blanket and some hot chocolate or some coffee. I can sit down with a piece of paper and a pen and start drawing and planning my garden. And I get my highlighters out. I get my markers out. I get my big old paper out. And I just start drawing like, we need to put corn here this year. We need to put squash here this year. We need to move this to over here. I explained that in that first video, preparing your garden. Is that what it was? Whatever it was, y'all. That one I showed you. I start preparing in January. You can start playing around. Those seed catalogs start coming in the mail, y'all. Those seed catalogs, and I'll just look through there and just yearn for springtime where I can get outside, okay? So check out my garden playlist. I just showed you how to get to it. Then my canning and preserving. If you're going to grow something that I grew or I'm preserving and you're like, hey, I'm going to grow that. I need to know how to put it up. Go to my canning and preserving playlist. See how I did it. If you want to tweak some way that I did it, tweak it. Okay, do it your way. But I just gave you some ideas, okay? But y'all, I wanted to take the fear out of things, okay? I wanted to make you comfortable, okay? So yeah, I want y'all to research some things. Do your research. get some ideas, okay? But most of all, get out of your comfort zone, y'all. And don't let the negative people jump on you and tell you you cannot do it this way, because your great grandmother may have done it that way. Who you gonna trust? You gonna trust the Canaan police or somebody else's opinion? Or are you gonna trust your great grandmother who lived through the Great Depression? They knew something, y'all. They did. Y'all, I've got work to do. Y'all finish watching this video, and I will try to leave all those links below where I got my stuff, where you can find it, whatever, y'all, to where you can compare prices and do some shopping. And like, you know what? I better wait till the off season. When you go to Amazon, you know, you can actually put something in your cart and it'll stay in there. And then when it goes on sale, you'll get a notification, or you can set it to where you'll get notified when it does go on sale. Y'all, that's when you can put all of your canning equipment in your cart or save it to a wish list. Okay? There you go. Because I have a wish list on Amazon. And then my husband's like, what do you want for Christmas or your birthday? Go to my wish list. It's all on there. Okay? He has it set up on his Amazon where he puts things in his carts and he gets notified when they go on sale at cha-ching, and he's like, oh, that's $50 off. Let's go ahead and get it now. I'm going to save $50. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Y'all enjoy the rest of the video, okay? And y'all, stand firm, stand your ground. Don't let somebody rain on your parade or put your fire out, okay? Y'all enjoy the rest of the video, okay? Okay, y'all. This is one of my pressure cookers. My husband bought me this 20-something years ago, and it is still working. As you see, I'm in the middle of doing some right now, canning something. This is a Presto... Yes, pressure cooker canner, Presto, okay? This one comes with the digital gauge, and it has the little bobbler like this that goes on top. This is the bobbler. This is my digital gauge, okay? This is one of my pressure cookers. This is the only one that I have that's digital. This is another one of my pressure cookers, okay? This one is an older pressure cooker, and it's, okay, I can take that off now because this has cooled down. This is Miromatic. Y'all, this is an old one. This is one of my grandmother's pressure canners, and I inherited it, okay? And it has this kind of bobbler, all right? And it has your automatic, your pounds of pressure on it, 5, 10, 15, okay? So that's what these look like, all right? So there's Presto, Miromatic. I have some more in storage that I haven't needed to pull out this year. I will try to get those included in this video. So now let's talk about, and y'all, I know there's other pressure canners right now on the market. All American, there's different kinds. And like I said, I will link a bunch of this stuff down below so you can get a gander at it, see all the different brands and all the different new ones. This is an old one, y'all. I don't even think they make it anymore. So this is the older ones that comes with this kind of bobbler. The digital ones now that they're making come with this kind of bobbler, okay? Or a different bobbler, okay? So this is the kind that I have, but I will link a bunch down below so y'all can see all the different new brands and look at them and do your research, okay? Now we're going to talk about canning equipment. Y'all, you're better off to just go ahead and buy the little kit, okay, because it's going to save you money instead of going and purchasing all these separately. You're going to need a good funnel, tongs, jar lifter. This is like a little magnet. It gets your lids out of the hot water when you're doing hot packing. Oh, it's sticking. It just stuck. Look. Okay. It's a magnet, y'all, so it's wanting to stick to that one. And this is your debubbler and your measuring gauge, okay? So this is the equipment that I have. You're better off just to go ahead and buy the set, okay? It's cheaper. It all comes together. Okay, so you're gonna need these when you're doing canning. Okay, now let's talk about jars. Y'all, I have bukus of jars. I have been gifted some, I've inherited some, they've been passed down to me. Family and friends knows, save my jars. Okay, you can do what you want to with the lids and rings, but you bring my jars back to me. And I've had people save jars for me because they know I do canning, and I'll get to those in a minute. I am not hurting for jars, okay? And in a little bit, I will put a clip in here of my jar collection, and I'll show you my jar collection. I am not hurting for jars. This is a wide mouth jar. Y'all, you can get these in Golden Harvest, Ball, Kerr, Mason. There's so many name brands of jars, y'all, that you can get. I have nothing against a jar. I don't care the name brand as long as it works for me. It seals, it don't bust. I don't care what brand it is. I'll use it. This is a wide mouth, okay? I use these for things like pickling, things that I know I'm going to need to get out of the jar that I don't want breaking apart and mushing when I try to get it out. Pickling is mostly what I use these for. Pickled eggs, pickled okra, pickles, okay? Wide mouth jars, all right? I don't can a lot of vegetables in these, okay? That's what I use my quarts for. See, there's a ball. This is a Golden Harvest. This is a quart. These are your lids, and some people call them bands. Some people call them rings, okay? Let me see if I can get one off. Yeah, well, I'll show you all these in a minute. I'm just doing jars right now. So this is the quarts. I use these to do a lot of my vegetables, things like that in, y'all. Okay, now let's okay, then you've got this size. Y'all, I don't use pints because I save all my pint jars for my mama. This is a jelly jar. I save all my pint jars for my mama because she is the jam, jelly, butter, all that maker. So I try to save her any pint jars that she can do our jellies, jams, and butters in, okay? And so I use these for small things like roasted tomatoes, roasted peppers, syrups, small things. Make yogurt, small things is what I use these for. Now, let's get to these. Y'all don't freak out. You can reuse these up to at least 2 times after you buy these from the grocery store. You empty the contents, save the jar. Y'all, I use these for water bath purposes only. I do not trust these in the pressure canner. It's just my personal preference, but I will use these in a water bath canner. I reuse these for my spaghetti sauces, pasta sauces. Of course, number one reason, I know what's in the jar. If I'm using Presto, Ragu, what's the other one? Presto, Ragu. Oh, I can't think of the other one, y'all. Prego, Ragu, not Presto. Oh my gosh, y'all, what's that other spaghetti sauce? Anyway, if I'm canning my pasta sauce, whether it's for pizza or lasagna or pasta, spaghetti sauce, something like that, I save these jars on purpose for that because hence lets me know what's in it. Oh, that's some of my pasta sauce I can use for anything. Okay, that way I'm not having to write on the jars. Now, if I have some of these jars that I need to put something else in it, like salsa or something, I'll scratch through this and write salsa on it. Okay, but y'all, these are perfect for water bathing, and you can reuse these at least 2 times as long as you get a good seal. Water bathing correctly, you will get a good seal on these. I promise, because I use these up to 2 times, and y'all, sometimes I have trouble breaking the seal because that's how good they've sealed. Okay, and y'all, I save salsa jars. This is salsa that I made, and this is a salsa jar. I reuse these. The Tostitos, Pace, picante sauce jars, y'all. I reuse them. This was a jar of sauce salsa that we purchased. I saved the jar, took the label and stuff off, run that baby in the dishwasher, sanitized it, repurposed it. Made my own salsa and put in there and water bath. Y'all, look at this. I save the pickle jars. I saved this jar that was a store-bought pickled okra. And then I turned around, repurposed the jar, and did my own pickled okra and used the jar. Y'all, you can save money for these if you save them. Have family and friends save these jars for you, okay? For water bath purposes, okay? If you feel frisky enough and rebel enough that you want a pressure can in these, more power to you. I don't, because I'm not comfortable, but I will reuse pickle jars, okra jars, salsa, picante sauce, spaghetti sauce jars, Alfredo sauce jars. Okay, y'all, with these pop-up seals for water bathing purposes only. Okay, so save money, have fans and family and friends start saving these jars for y'all. Saves you money. Okay. I've just been gifted with a lot of jars, and y'all, some I have purchased. I just had to go purchase some more wide mouth jars because I don't do a lot of canning in wide mouth jars, except this year I've done a lot of pickling. So yes, I did have to add some to my collection, and they will only be used for pickling, okay? And then I have over the years had to purchase some more, and y'all, as long as I can reuse them, I've got old jars out there that I am still using with no problem. Little jelly jars. So I will get a video of my jar collection in this clip, okay? So let's see. We've covered pressure canners, what I have. Next time I will show you my water bath canner and some more jars. We've covered equipment. Oh, okay. Let me go get some lids and rings, or bands, as people might call them. Now let's talk about bands or rings and lids, okay? You've got Kerr, you've got Ball, okay? Then in some, I've got Golden Harvest, Ball, Kerr, the Walmart brand, Mainstays. Y'all, I'm not picky about my lids and my bands as long as they do their job. And if I can save some money, that's what I'm going to do. Some of these, y'all, are old. Y'all, I got these from my mother-in-law's stash, my late mother-in-law's stash. I inherited all her canning equipment. So I got it all going on here, y'all. But you are going to need lids. Let's see. Let me open up these. This one's already open, okay? So, let's just cover the basics, y'all, for beginners. Okay, that's what this video is about. Oh, how'd that one get in my wide mouth? We're going to put you over there. Okay, so this is your band or your ring. You can reuse these, y'all, as many times as you want to. And then when they're about to fall apart or rusty, then you throw them away. These you will need to replace, because over time, y'all, or once you pop that seal one good time and there's a dent up here in this rim and you have poked or punctured this seal right here, it's not really going to reseal, y'all. You will need to replace these every year, frequently. So this is your lid. It has the rubber seal, okay? If I am cold packing something, raw cold packing, I don't soak these in hot water. I just make sure these are washed and sanitized really good, and then I put it on that jar and into the canners it goes, okay? But if I'm hot packing, canning, hot liquids, then I will soak them in a little pot and get them good and hot, okay? So they will seal with the jars, okay? So this is your lids and your rings. They come in wide mouth. They come in standard or regular mouth. Okay, so this is my stash. Okay, that goes over there by the wide mouth. That goes by the wide mouth. Okay, these are all over here. Okay, and like I said, you can use these till they about fall apart or they rust. Okay, but frequently you do need to check your lids, to check the seals. Check. And this is the reason, y'all, why you wipe the rims of your jars, because if you have something on the rim of your jar, and I don't have a jar, right? I just took it all and put it away. If you don't wipe the rims of your jars off, you can get food that might interfere with this seal, y'all, and it's not going to seal. That's why you wipe the rim of your jars off, okay? So nothing gets up here. Food doesn't interfere with the seal, okay? They won't seal, all right? You can either wipe them off, you can either wipe your rims with water, or you can wipe your rims with vinegar. There's a controversy. Do what's right for you, okay? Let's see. What else do I need to cover about lids? I might think of it in a minute, y'all. But this is the reason why you wipe your rims off, is because you don't want something interfering with that seal. Okay, now let's cover, if you don't have one of those metal enamel water bathers, y'all, if I have a small batch, I will use one of these stainless steel or aluminum pots, y'all. If I've only got 1 or 2 jars to water bath, this is fine for me. But I'm going to make sure that I put a rack down in the bottom to lift the jars off of the bottom, okay? You don't want the jars sitting directly on the bottom near the eye, because it can get too hot and bust your jars. So you want to lift them up just a little bit, because you see this raises up and it gets them off of the bottom of the pan, okay? So you do want something in there in your bottom. When I go out to my storage building and show you my jar collection, I will show you my water bath canner and some other canners that I have. Okay, so we've covered canning equipment, the little essentials over there. Okay, and then we've covered lids and bands or rings. I've covered 2 of my pressure canners and something that I use for small batch water bathing. This is not a pressure canner. A lid does come with this, y'all. It's just in yonder. I do have a lid to cover on top of this when I water bath. Now let's see about taking you and showing you my jar collection outside and how I store them, and some more of my pressure canners and water bath canner. Another important factor, y'all, never, ever, ever, ever throw your owner's manual away to your pressure canner or your water bather, because every pressure canner is different. Okay, they will tell you in here how much water you're going to need in the bottom. Okay, they're going to tell you what to look for on your particular pressure canner. It will have the model number in here in case you have to order new parts. It will tell you how everything works. My suggestion to y'all, before you even start canning anything, sit down and go through reading safety procedures, okay? How much water you need in it. Read all these things first. Please get familiar with your pressure canner. Know what this does. Know what this does. The little plug. Know what your gauge does. Know the name of each part to your canner. So that way, dial gauge. You'll know what it's talking about when you start reading these instructions, okay? How to care for your pressure canner, like checking seals, if you need to replace parts, cleaning it, storing it, okay? I'm going to suggest this first and foremost, okay? Never throw this away. You're going to need it. Also in the back, it has part numbers if you need to order parts. It teaches you how to test it first, or run it through its first test. And then it has, y'all, recipes back here. So y'all, your owner's manual is chocked full of information, and sit down and read it first and never throw this away. You can go back and refer to it. Ooh, rabbit. So y'all, it's chocked full of information, your instructions, how to care for it, how to use it, how to test it, how to order new parts, and recipes, okay? And it will have there's probably a chart in here showing different altitudes, different pounds of pressure. Look at that. Clam chowder, brown beef soup stock, navy bean soup. Y'all, it's got so many recipes in here for your particular brand and model, okay? So do not get rid of your owner's manual. Keep it. I do have one for this one right here, y'all. It's just up in my cabinet, and I'm not climbing on a stool right now to get it. So I do have the owner's manual for this one, okay? Even though it's old, I still have it, okay? Because I need to know part numbers, y'all, even if I can still order them. Let's see, you can also get with your county extension office and see if they can help you, okay? Yeah, so don't throw this away. Keep your owner's manual. You're going to need it, I promise. All right, y'all, in this section, I'm going to show y'all where I keep my extra jars and things like that, because I don't store all this in my house because, for one, I don't have the room, okay? Some of my canners, sometimes I will keep in the house because I never know when I want to can something on a whim, okay? Like if I see something that's on sale, oh, I need to go get those and, excuse me, and can some up right quick. If I store them, then I don't have room to put all these in my house, y'all. So in my little garden shed, I just got a lot of my canning supplies. So I'm fixing to show you what's left and where I put a lot of my stuff and my jar collection. So let me turn you around. Okay, there is my water bath canner right up there, which I am fixing to have to get it down because I've got some tomatoes to do, and I'm probably going to make some salsa. This is another, oh, my mama just texted me. She's eating some of my mock pineapple with a fried egg sandwich, and she said it's delicious. Okay, I'll text her back in a minute. This is a pressure canner that I inherited from an aunt when she passed, and they knew, oh, hey, Tracy can use all this stuff. But a handle is missing on this one, and I'm kind of scared to use it. So I am going to probably take that to the county extension office. And if I can't find the part to it, because it looks like it's very old, y'all, if I can't find the part to it, then I might just use it as a water bath canner and maybe just replace the handle, or even, y'all, if the I won't have to transfer it off of the stove or something like that. I'll figure something out for it because I hate to get rid of that. This is my late mother-in-law's canner. I inherited it. She knew, the family knew, hey, she'll use this. Y'all, a lot of the things I've got has been inherited. We've only purchased one of my pressure canners, and that is my digital gauge one, and that's the one that my husband bought me years ago. So this one was my late mother-in-law's, and hers will stack more. Hers is taller. I haven't tested it yet, but it will eventually be put to use. Oh, y'all, let's just start my collection here, okay? Y'all, I keep jars, okay? All kinds of jars. This is trash. I keep all kinds of jars. You see the pickle jars? You see the gallon pickle jars, jelly jars, little pimento jars. Y'all, these are only the kind that I am going to be using for water bathing. I don't pressure can in these, okay? I've actually got some peppers that I am fixing to do, and these jars are going to come in handy right here, okay? I have more pickle jars down here, gallon jars, half-gallon jars, you name it. I got it. I don't get rid of these, y'all, because they always come in handy. I'm starting to save little bottles like this. That's not liquor, y'all. That is That was a barbecue sauce that I bought for my husband for Father's Day. We wanted to try it. And I'm saving the jar. Syrups, marinades, things like that. You know, I'm saving these jars. Look at this little bitty one. Hot pepper sauce or something, you know. Okay, now, this is a traveling vacuum sealer, y'all, that we have not used yet, but we are going to. We may take it on a trip with this. It's a smaller one that, we are going to use for when, like, we're traveling or something, for my husband's sous vide machine. So, I need to put this over here. All right, and then I will show y'all the rest of it. See, y'all, I save salsa jars. Perfect for repurposing and canning my homemade salsa in. And that way I already know what it is, y'all. Because, hey, see? Salsa, okay? So, salsa jars, more pickle jars, okay? Picante sauce jars. It's already wrote on them what they are, so I'm like, hey, salsa, okay? Now, let me move this tray over. I'll explain my trays in a minute. Spaghetti jars, spaghetti sauce jars. Y'all, people save these for me. Oh, let me move them over. People save these for me. Classico, Del Monte. We love this brand right here. Mantillas, Prego, Ragu. Okay, this is my spaghetti sauce jar collection. I only use these to put my pastas sauce in, okay, and water bath only. This is my regular mouth, Mason, Kerr, Ball, Golden Harvest, you name it, quart jars, okay? So that's my collection. Okay, now the trays, let me explain these. We have a little bent and dent store. Here let me show you over here, my husband's chainsaw. Over here, I've got sauerkraut crocks that I've inherited, which, man, I wish I would have had them when I did my sauerkraut the first time. But I have them now, so next time I get ready to do kraut, I have some crocks, okay, that I inherited. I love this bottle right here too, y'all. Oh, it comes with the lid, cork and lid. I've got to wash it up really pretty and use it for something. Yes, so I have a small, medium, and large crock for doing kraut. Let's see. Now these trays, okay? In our little hometown here. We have like what's called a little bent and dent shop. I fed the cat. Okay, her food is right here. And she's looking at me like funny, like, you gonna feed me this morning? I fed you. Okay, she just prefers human food, y'all. Any kind of scrap she can get, she likes. Okay, anyway, back to the trays. We've got like a little bent and dent store here that, whenever they find bread and buns and snack cake, stuff like that, and they put them out on the shelves and stuff, wherever they get these trays from, they just like, hey, they set them out by the front door. People are welcome to come and get them if they want them. And guess what? I was like, can I get a truckload? You know, because when I started designing my canning storage, I'm like, oh, these will come in so handy. And y'all, they have. They're like shelves. And once I empty one, I'll take it and it stacks down low. And then y'all see? I mean, repurpose things, use them, okay? Eventually, someday, I'm going to get a better organization, you know, but y'all, this works for me right now. And just another little tip, some schools, when they have like milk jugs and stuff delivered, the cartons of milk and stuff and juices and stuff, our local school back here, when they get done emptying a crate, they'll put them out by the back door and they're like, okay, you can have some, but limit to like 5 or something, or maybe 10, I don't know, you know, and I'll go and get milk crates. Y'all, I have made homeschool cubby holes. I have stacked some on top, like for my sewing projects and stuff and material, and zip tied them together and made me like a little cubby hole system. Y'all, there you go, okay? Milk crates. And then go to Dollar Tree. This is just free, y'all. Go to Dollar Tree and get you some of those little little fabric cubby hole organizers, the little pull-out things. There you go. For what? The crates is probably free. Go get you 10 of those little cubby holes. $10, y'all. Okay, well, now it's $1.25, so over $10, okay? You're looking at maybe 12 at the most. Change your name, Dollar Tree, okay? $1.25 Tree, okay? Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, that is my canning system out here. I need to remember to grab my water bath canner, and I've got to take a whole boo-coodle of jars inside with me because, y'all, I got more processing to do. So, I'm going to need... I'll figure this out later. I gotta put my basket here to remind me when I get done in the garden, come get you some jars, okay? So, that is my canning system on the inside. I think that's all my canning equipment. You know, like I said, I've got crocks. Now, as far as like, I've only fermented sauerkraut one time. Okay, and then I turned around and canned it. And I just made do with what I had, y'all, in that video. Making fermented sauerkraut. And then the next one was part 2, canning the fermented sauerkraut. So, y'all, I made do with what I had. I watched a homesteader. She's like, this is what I got. This is what I use. And I'm like, hey, I got some of those. Those glass gallon pickle jars, y'all. And then I found me a stomper. And, y'all, I went to town. I wore my arm out in that video. Woo, I hope y'all like that. Anyway, but now I have some crocks. Fermenting, I usually do in the winter time when I do some because you have to store fermented things in a cool, dark place. Winter time. In a closet, okay? It was better for me to do it that way. Y'all like my pigtails? It was better to do it that way. Okay, so wintertime I do a lot more of my, fermenting, okay, along with canning some other stuff. So, next time I do sauerkraut, I'm going to be using those right there, y'all. Or I may, you know, whatever. And I got me a bigger pat stomper now. Oh, my husband got me a fermenting kit. We may put that thing to use this winter. And I've got one that I'm going to do when I travel. I can still play around, y'all, with some fermented and pickling stuff when we travel. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. It's just a small little case. And next time we go on a business trip, I will try to do one for y'all. I will. I'll try to do one for y'all and show you what I got. Okay, but now that is my storing. That's all my canning equipment. So let's wrap up this video, okay? Okay, y'all. In this portion of the video, I'm going to be talking about books, okay? That I'm getting a glare, y'all. I'm going to be talking about canning books, okay? By all means, you can Google something right quick and say, how many minutes, how many process, whatever, okay, for pumpkin. How many minutes do I need to water bath this or that or pressure can this or that? By all means, you can Google it, okay? But I have some books on hand that has helped me, and I've got some off Amazon, and then I've got some off of a little country store here that is right down the road from us. And then, y'all, I've made one of my own. I am in a lot of canning groups on Facebook, and we share things. So I'll just go, if you don't want to go buy some books, okay, I've made mine. I've made some. Okay, y'all, I have printed off things off of the internet. Like right here, I found a canning this is all up in my face. A canning timetables. I printed that off. I put them in a binder with sheet protectors, y'all. Canning meat. Canned cheesecakes, y'all. And then I got dividers in here where I've got like meats, vegetables, what else? Jellies, jams, syrups. I have them all divided. Salsas, soup. What's another one? Relishes and pickling and fermenting. So I have it all divided. So y'all, by all means, you can print off things off the internet and make your own binder, okay? That will come in handy. In a lot of the Facebook groups I'm in, they have a files section up there. And you can go to the files section, scroll through, and then you can find the recipe and print it off, okay? You can find, all kinds of resources online to print off. The Facebook groups that I'm in, sometimes they'll post their recipes with their instructions. I just copy and paste it onto a document or something like that, y'all, or I'll screenshot it on my phone and downsize it and send it to my printer. Y'all make your own binder with your own recipes. Your county extension office has some free resources, canning and preserving booklets. When I first started canning, I hit up our local county extension office. Libraries, you can check out library books and copy pages, okay, and then put them in your own binder. So that's one way I've done it. And then I wound up getting this one from a little local country store right down the road in our county, okay? I'm pretty sure you can find this online. It's Mrs. Wage's Home Canning, okay? All kinds of information in these books, y'all. It will have your water bathing times and procedures. It will have your pressure canning times and procedures, okay? So that's 2 books that I've got. This one, I do have the Ball Blue book. This is a earlier version. Let me see what year this is, y'all, if I can see this without my glasses. I'll try to find a copyright date. This is 2011, okay? Y'all, they have some older ones that you might can find online or at your local library, okay? This is 2011. I bought this at our local college, what is it called, y'all, here in our area? Anyway, a local college. They like to do a lot of things during the summertime, canning and preserving classes, stuff like that. They like to do some outdoor events, some gardening events, and people are allowed to come and set up booths and stuff like that. And there was a tent and a booth set up, canning supplies, canning books. I got this one from there. And then I ordered this one online off Amazon, y'all. Okay? I will leave links below for all of my canning supplies, canning equipment, canning books, fermenting, dehydrating. I'll leave everything down below. I got this one off of Amazon. This is the USDA Complete Guide to Home Canning 2020 printing. Y'all, there's all kinds of books that you can find online for canning, water bath canning specifically, pressure canning specifically, okay? Fermenting books, pickling books, dehydrating books. I have some dehydrating books up there. Okay, but this is a canning video, okay? So this is some books I have on hand, y'all, but you can find resources anywhere. Join some Facebook groups, canning Facebook groups, canning and preserving Facebook groups. Just go up there and search canning and preserving. Groups will come up that you can join, okay? And go to their files section. Look through them. Do a tour, y'all. And then print out the instructions and the recipes, okay, of how they do it. Online resources. You can go to websites. Print out charts, okay? Water bathing times and procedures, altitude charts. You're going to need one of those because you're going to need you're going to need to know what sea level you're at, your altitude level is, to know how many pounds of pressure that you need to pressure can something, and then how many minutes according to your altitude that you need to water bath something. You're going to need one of those charts, okay? So that is the books that I have, y'all. If you don't want to buy these books, if you can't buy these books, go to your library, y'all. That's a free resource. And in your library, you can probably find the older versions of the Ball Blue books, y'all. Those are awesome, okay? And then some newer books. At thrift stores, there is some books up there. I think it's microwave cooking that I picked those up, y'all, at thrift stores. So, free resources first. Check your local libraries. Check out some books. Copy some pages off. If you don't have a printer at home, your local library will let you make copies of some pages in books, okay? So utilize it, okay? You can, I can't, y'all, it's been so long since I've been to a library. How long you get? 2 weeks? You get to keep a book? Y'all, that's plenty of time to go through a book, find you some resources, print them off, go get you a $1 binder from the Dollar Tree, some sheet protectors and some dividers. Make your own binder, okay? Section it out, divide it out. Your county extension office has free resources, canning and preserving resources. They will also, y'all, inspect your pressure canners for you, okay, and tell you, hey, you're going to need a seal, you're going to need a new gauge, you need a new bobbler, you know, okay, let's see. That's free resources, your library and county extension office. Okay, internet, some places you can print off some things. There's free printables online. Some websites will have like a blog post and then it'll say jump to recipe. Okay, and then up there, one of my arrow gardens is cutting off. It's time for it to cut off. It'll have like print. Okay, and you can go up there and print the instructions and stuff off of their website for free. They let you do that. That's free resources. Some low budget resources would be yard sales, thrift stores, Goodwill stores. Maybe you can do like a barter and swap some things with people in some groups. Facebook Marketplace. Craigslist used to be a thing, you know, a couple of years ago. Craigslist, but I don't hardly see Craigslist anymore. Facebook Marketplace has become famous now. And then if you just want to order some offline, out through Amazon, y'all, Amazon has tons of canning and preserving books. Like I said, I will leave some links below of where I got my things and all my canning supplies to where you can just go and just look and shop to your heart's content or get some ideas, okay? So that's how I get a lot of my canning. And in the Facebook groups, y'all, be careful in the Facebook groups, y'all, because sometimes you might get your feelings hurt or just let it roll like water off your back, okay? Because some people are going to get ugly and say, you can't water bath that. You're not supposed to pressure can that, okay? And they might jump on you. Don't take it personally. That's just, okay? Just know that if you get into a canning group, there's going to be some canning police and they're going to give you their 2 cents worth. And on my channel, y'all, I want to keep it clean, okay? And that is my disclaimer. Every time I can something or preserve something, you're going to hear my disclaimer. This is the way I do it. This is the way I want to do it. It's better for me. It works for me. I can cut down on time, okay? But by all means, if you want to go by the book, by the Bible, the canning and preserving Bible, okay, please do. Do what suits your family, your needs, your time. It's your kitchen, your rules, okay? Find some Facebook groups to get in. I don't think I have any more resources out here at the moment, but this is just some books I thought I'd share with y'all. And another way to get you some free resources, just find you some things to print offline or at the library, copy, make your own binder. You'll have your own book. That saves money, y'all. So that is this clip, okay? Okay, y'all, in this portion of the video, I want to show y'all how I store my canners. I would say for the winter, but y'all, if I take a notion to can something during the winter time, I just go get my pressure canners out and start using them again, okay? Because I buy a lot of things even during the winter time that I can't grow or it doesn't benefit me to grow, and I buy them when they're on sale, and like pinto beans, kidney beans, carrots, potatoes. Now, yes, I can grow potatoes, y'all, but when our local grocery store runs 20-pound bags on sale for $3.99 a bag, you betcha I'm going to go buy them and can them up or freeze them, okay? I have videos on canning and freezing potatoes, okay? So, yeah, I can't pass that deal up, okay? So, during the winter time, I will still can things that we're not growing in the garden, okay? So, mine may not get stored as long as yours. But if you are going to put your pressure canners up for the winter and you're done for the season, this is some things that I do, okay? And it depends on where you store them, but since mine is stored in our shed for a little bit, and it may be like it'll get hot or it'll get cold depending on the time of the year, this is what I like to do. I'm going to set you down right here and I'm going to show you. I like to oil my seals, okay, due to keeping them from getting weather rot, okay? So I just take some oil and I go all the way around and I rub oil on the seals of my lids, okay? Of course, I make sure it's all washed, scrubbed, cleaned, okay? Y'all, this one's not going to get perfectly cleaned because this one is one of my grandmother's, and yes, it's got stains on it that I just can't get off, okay? But it's clean. Soap and water. I try to keep that was loud. I try to keep everything together, y'all, because this way, when I pull my canner out, I don't have to go looking for all my accessories, my bobblers, okay, and all my accessories. I put my rack down at the bottom. I put my bobbler inside. I put my seal back in the lid and make sure it is in there correctly and it's oiled. And then I put the lid back on the pressure canner, make sure it's closed. And then, just like this one, y'all, my boxes have been demolished over the years. I used to pack them back in the boxes. And then, but I'm like, I can't find any. You can either store them back in the box or another box, a tub. I just put them back in a plastic bag for a lot of reasons. If you put it back in the box or a bag or a tub or whatever, it helps keep moisture, dust, stuff like that off of your pressure canner, okay? I like putting them in a garbage sack because actually I can see which pressure canner this is. Oh, let me lift y'all up a little bit. I can see which pressure canner this is. I can see that this is the one with the digital thermometer. I mean the gauge, the not digital, but the gauge up here at the top. So see, I can look through the bag and tell which one it is, okay? So let's see. Just make sure, like, too, when you're getting ready to use your pressure canner for the first time after you've shut it down for the season, just make sure to go ahead and re-wash it, just to be on the safe side, okay? And then re-wash the seals and then recoat them with oil. Because when you're getting ready to use that pressure canner for the first time, and every once in a while in between batches of stuff, I will oil the seal. And the reason why I do that, y'all, is because it keeps it lubricated, keeps it from cracking. And then when I'm getting ready to use it, it also helps create that vacuum seal a little better on your lid, okay? Helps keep it on there good and tight. So this is how I clean them. I maintenance them. My books, my owner's manual is up in my cabinet, okay? So anytime I need to get my owner's manual out, I know right where they are, okay? So this is how I clean them, maintain them, and pack them up until I'm ready to use them again.